Did you know that a simple mold saved millions of lives? Let me take you back to 1928. Picture this, a messy lab at St. Mary's Hospital in London. Alexander Fleming, a brilliant scientist, returns from vacation to find something strange. A petri dish he forgot about is covered in mold. But wait, there's something odd. The bacteria around the mold are dead. Fleming's eyes widen as he realizes this mold is fighting infections. He names it penicillin. Fast forward to the 1940s, during World War II, when infections run rampant. Doctors start using penicillin, and suddenly, soldiers who would have died are coming home. But here's the kicker. It wasn't just a lifesaver for soldiers. It revolutionized medicine. Penicillin paved the way for antibiotics, changing how we treat infections forever. So next time you hear about antibiotics, remember that messy lab and the accidental discovery that changed the world. Isn't science wild? In 1928, a scientist named Alexander Fleming made a discovery that would change medicine forever. One day, as he returned to his messy lab, he noticed something strange. That mold was penicillin. Fleming realized he had stumbled upon something groundbreaking. But it wasn't until the 1940s that penicillin was mass-produced, thanks to researchers like Howard Florey and Ernst Boris Chain. Imagine soldiers in World War II suffering from infections. Suddenly, they had a lifeline. The world had a powerful weapon against bacteria, and the era of antibiotics had begun. But here's the kicker. Over time, bacteria evolved, becoming resistant. So, while antibiotics were a miracle, they also taught us a vital lesson. We must respect and manage our medicines wisely. Imagine a world without phones. Hard to picture, right? Well, let's rewind to the 1800s. Alexander Graham Bell, a curious inventor, was obsessed with sound. He believed he could transmit voices over wires. One night, in a burst of inspiration, he shouted into a device he built, "Mr. Watson, come here. I want to see you." And guess what? Watson heard him. That moment changed everything. But it wasn't smooth sailing. Bell faced fierce competition. Elisha Gray, another inventor, filed a patent just hours later. Can you imagine the tension? It was a race against time. Despite the chaos, Bell's invention took off. People were amazed. Suddenly, families could talk across towns. Friends could connect in an instant. Fast forward to today, smartphones in every pocket. From Bell's simple device to our complex gadgets, it all started with a dream of connection. And that's how the phone changed our world forever. Did you know Albert Einstein wasn't always the genius we know today? As a kid, he was a slow learner, struggling to fit in. Teachers thought he wouldn't amount to much. Imagine that. But one day, he discovered his love for science, diving into books like they were treasure chests. At 16, he wrote his first paper, and by 26, he published 4 groundbreaking works, including the theory of relativity. But here's the twist. He was rejected from his dream job at a university. Instead, he worked as a patent examiner, where he had time to think and create. Picture this. While reviewing patents, he's dreaming up theories that would change our understanding of time and space. Years later, his face became iconic, but it all started with a misunderstood boy, proving that sometimes the world's greatest minds don't fit the mold. Who knew?